Thank you.
There
All
we
right.
go.
All right. Well, now we're really getting started here. Let's get down to our agenda. So for those that are joining in, you've been to my coffees before, we always have updates from the staff. And I'm so happy this morning that Ms. Alvarez and Ms. Arrington are joining me this morning. That way they can monitor the chat box. All right, and answer any questions you have throughout the meeting. I always love when we can do that. And then we're going to talk about our word of the month, joy, which is my favorite word, the little word with the big meaning, I say. And then holiday drama, I'm sure you know nothing about that, but just in case you know somebody else that might be dealing with some holiday drama, we're going to talk about that today. And then, of course, we have our calendar updates. Feel free to add questions and messages or suggestions as we talk about holiday drama and ways to deal with it, or joy and ways to bring joy in your life. If you have suggestions, be sure you add that in the chat box as well. I welcome all suggestions. So let's begin how we always begin our meetings today. There we go. Picture. I love this. All right. If you're joining the first time and I hit the chime, you'll take a deep breath and you'll take your mind from being full of stuff. Like I gotta take the clothes out the dryer, get that out your mind, to being mindful of this moment, what we're going to talk about for the next 4 Thank you all for joining that mindful moment. I enjoyed looking at that picture and thinking about that. No snow yet. Usually snow hits us about January around here. All right. So Ms. Alvarez has several things she wants to tell us about today. Let's sure you're on mute.
Do you know how to mute everyone?
All right.
Good morning, everyone. I'm so glad that you joined us this morning. So today we started off the very first day, 12 days of winter cheer. And so every day, normally we used to do this just with our staff. Just it's to join in. So now we're including our students. Today we're I wasn't everybody today, but I will participate for the rest of the 12 days. We have really coming up. It's not up. We want to hear you that is a really fun night. It's just 1 hour. It's for the whole free because we're will be some fun holiday things. Lastly, on December 20th, we will be dismissing at 11:45. Just make sure. There were many things in the newsletter, and I get the analytics, and I could tell that it didn't get as many views as it normally does. So just make sure you go back if you haven't already looked at our newsletter from Friday, because it was packed with information. I put a lot of at that.
All right. Is that it? Did we get it all?
That's all. Yeah.
All right. Yes, everybody is muted. They're muted.
Okay. Okay, I think we muted everybody.
All right. Oops, let me go back one. Yeah, do you like my little line?
Yes.
So remember, I hate long lines. And I think a lot of you would join me in that. I just can't stand waiting in line anywhere. All right. That's why I pick my groceries up. I do not like to wait in line at the grocery store even. All right, so be sure you RSVP ahead of time for the holiday parties. You know, it may be cold on that day. I'm looking at the long range forecast and it just might be cold on that day. And you don't want to be standing out in the freezing cold, waiting to get your badge to go to your child's holiday party. So be sure you go online. It just takes a moment or two and it'll save you all that standing, especially if your parents are coming, all of y'all waiting outside to get in, and you can just come in, pick up your badge, you're already checked in, and go straight to your child's class. So just a little tip. I can't say that too much. I know some of you missed that for the Thanksgiving music program. So put that on your list to do today. All right. And then we have a little quick note from Miss Peary. You know, this is the time of year that we have a lot of sniffles and colds and things going around. If your child gets sent home at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, they should not be with a fever. They should not be here the next morning at 8 because that's not 24 hours of being fever free. So make sure also that we also have the current contact information for your child. You know, parents, it really kind of scares me when I look on our information site and I see just one contact number. I mean, you may have your phone turned off right now to listen to this Zoom meeting, you know, and things do happen when we least expect it. And have a different number away that maybe a neighbor can come knock on your door and contact you or something. Have an alternate emergency phone number, please. There should be at least 2 different numbers on your child's contact information. All right, and then replenish those extra clothes. You put those cute little shorts in August. Now, if they have an accident tomorrow for whatever reason, just slip and fall in the puddle of water, those little shorts, that may be a cold day, and that's all they have to change into. So just a reminder to you that we have to change those out to go with the season. All right, and then Miss Arrington is also joining us today. Miss Arrington, do you have anything to say this morning?
Nothing except good morning.
All right, thank you so much for joining us today. All right, so let's get into this month's topic, joy. I love that word. All right, it's short, sweet, but it packs a punch. It has a whole lot that goes with it. And let's face it, it's what makes our holidays the holidays, right? Without that joy, you're just going through the motions. So that it's a slight deviation from the character word of the month, which is actually empathy. But when we think about it, empathy is understanding the feelings of others, and joy certainly fits in with this category. So giving and receiving moments of joy. That's what we're talking about in my counseling classes. Thinking about what brings us joy. And then, of course, thinking about how we can give joy to others. So let's take a moment. The feeling of happiness and contentment, regardless of what is happening around. If you've got a piece of paper next to you, jot down what brings you joy. One thing that brings you joy. Share it in the chat box if you would like to share. Are we getting some shares? Kind of looks like it. All right. Are you thinking of some wonderful things? That first cup of coffee in the morning? Just the smell of it, right? I could just walk into Starbucks and just take a whiff, and it brings me joy. Or maybe it's, you know, just that quiet time before the kids wake up. Or just walking outside in the morning and looking at the stars. Actually, it was a gorgeous full moon this morning. I hope some of you had a chance to see it. It was beautiful. It certainly brought me joy. All right, so our small word that can pack a powerful punch, right? Just thinking about that word can make us feel a whole lot better. And that's what we want to talk about today. So, did we get some thoughts? Anybody put one in, Ms. Alvarez? I want to share.
I see somebody said quiet time after she's off of school.
Quiet time in the
Somebody said
afternoon.
coffee. I really love the smell of the holiday candles. That's what I love.
Oh, yes, that kind of spicy smell.
I gotta stay out of Bath and Body Works. So I just want to buy all their candles.
That wonderful spacey smell, all those, just the names of those candles, Christmas cookie, sugar cookie, chocolate, you just want to eat them. All right. So just think about these, brought a small smile to your face. So a small moment of joy. When we watch a holiday movie, okay, I'm just going to say it, a Hallmark movie, we're just inundated with hot chocolate moments, right? Everything's perfect. The tree lighting, the decorating, the parties, the snow falling, the children are all playing happily. They don't fight on Hallmark, do they? If you didn't notice that, try it, look at it. So I don't know what's wrong with these kids, but they don't fight on Hallmark. So we tend to think our own reality sometimes falls short of the Hallmark movie, don't we?
Mhm.
Yeah. And so this is that time I want to impress upon you where you need to understand that it's just those little snippets. That's what, when you put that together, that's what gives you the joy for the holiday season. The little things we enjoy each day, like the perfect cup of coffee. Or how about when you're out, your hair and your outfit are both doing good on the same day? The perfect outfit, perfect hair. Yeah, that's a day, right?
Yeah.
And you just feel that joy. All right. When I walk out the gym and I smell someone grilling a steak, it just gives me a feeling of joy. I really am sensitive to aromatherapy. Yeah. So now, Miss Jeannie just told you all this. And now let's look at how we can add these small moments into our daily lives. A favorite Christmas movie. This may be kind of funny and silly where things don't always go perfect. There are a bunch of those. All right. Think about the Chevy Chase Christmas movie. That one, lots of funny moments, not Hallmark moments, not hot chocolate moments. The favorite Christmas recipe that someone always makes, or just hearing your favorite Christmas song sometimes. All right. You could make a playlist of some of those songs. Now, it's something that you can plan that lasts for days, like a vacation. Lucky to those of you that can do that. Or it's something that can be as fleeting as a little flurry of snowflakes. But then, Miss Jeannie, what about the holiday drama? What about the holiday stress? Well, sadly, I can't make those disappear, but they are there. And what are they? The family visits, right? The boarding of animals. For some of you, I know some people have several animals, and if they take a little trip, it's an enormous amount of planning on getting them to the border or getting the house sitters lined up and getting all of the stuff ready. It's almost like packing for them. So the Impossible Toy Hunt. Do you know what the Impossible Toy Hunt is? Does everybody know? Do you understand? There's an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie that was made about 10 years ago, just about this. I think it might be more than 10. I might be dating myself here. It was looking for RoboCop. Dad forgot to order RoboCop. And of course, there isn't a
That
RoboCop.
was the only thing his son wanted for
Yeah.
Christmas.
And he went everywhere, talk about stress. I think he got in a car wreck. He might have even gotten arrested, I think, throughout the movie.
Trying to find
The RoboCop, talk about stress and drama. All right. So there's always that kid that asks for the impossible toy that causes our stress. I had a son that was like that. Always wanted the toy that was everybody else wanted, that was hard to find and sold out. The relative nobody likes seems to show up everywhere during the holidays. The overspending, it's nagging at you. You're doing it. You shouldn't be. And it's causing that stress level to go higher. I don't like wrapping presents. Maybe some of you do. Wrapping presents, that causes our stress, getting them all wrapped in time, finding the quiet time when your kids aren't around to see what you're wrapping and to get it done. And then, of course, the unhealthy eating. Do I even want to mention that one? But it's there, right?
Just
We all know.
listening to the list makes me feel sick.
Yeah. So look, so we do have some stress that, guess what? We can't avoid it. So we're going to have to make that time and plan it just like a family vacation. All right. A time for you. This is all about self-care for parents. All right. To take time to breathe. Maybe you can get a chime like I have. Take time to breathe, relax, stop by the gym before you go home. Some of you know that's my secret. I keep my gym clothes here. So if I go home, it's all over. So you change here, and that way you stop by the gym, because then you feel silly going home in your gym clothes and you didn't stop by the gym. So drive an extra 2 or 3 times around the block. This is a spin on the positive about the early darkness. You know, the lights, the Christmas lights come on really early. I think God, starts to get dark about 5:30 now. And so you're driving home and you can start admiring the Christmas lights and give yourself that indulgence of going 3 or 4 more times around the block, around a different block in your neighborhood to see what kind of lights they have and enjoy them. Don't think about, oh, I should have lights like that. Enjoy them and enjoy the beauty of the season and these small moments. Listen to your favorite holiday songs and make these stressful things more manageable. We cannot avoid holiday stress. I'm not here to offer you this morning ways to avoid the stress and make every moment a hot chocolate moment with your child. I'm here to help you find that small moment of joy with your little ones this season. We need the joy because of what was on the previous slide. Those things we can't avoid. And it's hard not to get sucked into drama-filled holidays. Some of us, this is our first holiday we're celebrating with a loved one that isn't there. For the very first time, we're facing a table with an empty spot. And so there will be some difficult moments. And I have more suggestions for you as well. I know I mentioned some before Thanksgiving. I'll be happy to share those with you. Please email me if you have this situation in your life. We can't disconnect totally from drama, but we can set boundaries. I had someone tell me the other day, I was so proud. They had a whole gang of people that wanted to come stay at their house for Thanksgiving week. And she gladly gave them the name of some bed and brought some little Airbnbs in the neighborhood. I am so proud of her, and it worked. All right, so we set boundaries. We can do that on the holidays so we can enjoy them more and plan some activities away from that center of drama. So we focus on the small moments of drama throughout the day, even if it's just thinking about them like we just did, writing them down. Find those little tiny snippets of time to indulge in these activities. Share them with your family and friends. And I have one for you to share with your family today in this slideshow. Schedule time to make the favorite recipe. I know, I said schedule. Don't leave it to chance. I said schedule, just like you're going to schedule your dentist appointment. All right. Because whenever I sit down to finally say, I should make that recipe, I'm missing one ingredient. And who wants to go to Kroger's right now and stand in line? So just order them all ahead of time and have them ready for when that time presents itself. So you think, nice to do for me, nice to do for others. See how I balance the list? If you're a list person, this is an excellent idea. Yes, we want it to be about our little ones because this is such an exciting time of the year for them, but you also have to take care of yourself. So take that extra 30-minute walk, then you won't feel so guilty about indulging in those brownies that someone so kindly brought to the office. And make a playlist of your favorite holiday songs. Make it now when you have a moment. Well, I don't have a moment when I get home, Miss Jeannie. Well, what about when you're waiting 20 minutes to see the dentist? You could go ahead and start sorting through. See how you grab those little snippets of time? I had to learn this, by the way. I had to learn this over time. Indulge in your favorite coffee drink. Go through the drive-through. Hey, we have it in Salina, right? And then make your own wish list. Now, I'm not talking about buying everything on your own wish list, but you ever notice how kids love it? They love making wish lists. They get a little carried away, right? They want like a pony and all of those things. And I think they know deep down in their heart, they're probably not going to find a pony in your living room on Christmas morning, but they love dreaming and making lists. It makes them so excited. It just adds to the magic of the season. Hey, we'll follow their example and make yourself a wish list. All right. Or that catalog. Do y'all still get catalogs in the mail? Sometimes I'm amazed. Sometimes I get these really random catalogs and just, as you're drinking that cup of coffee, circle all those things that would be awesome to have. Now that doesn't mean you're going to get them, but it's a very mind relaxing activity. Let's like to think about wonderful things. Oh, that would be so awesome to have, or awesome to do, or neat place to go. All right. And then you see the nice to do for others, intermittently, you mix these up. So you take your 30-minute walk, and then you get in the car and you drive maybe to 2 locations, remote locations, to see if by chance that there's a forgotten impossible toy on the shelf. All right. So we schedule our time for ourselves. We're talking about taking care of moms and dads this month. Have you noticed that? So this is one of those activities, though, you can do with a family. And I mentioned this in my newsletter. I love it so much, I'm mentioning it again. So this is just one. Moms and dads and all of those joining in today, this is just one scavenger. If you go on Pinterest, there are so many examples, okay, of different varieties, some more geared toward kids, some just in a general list of like different color lights and things like that. So when you get the the slideshow later, click on that link and make a copy, and then see how many you can check off, and doing like a family Christmas light scavenger hunt. So you go around looking at the lights. You can start with your neighborhood. The good thing about this is the kids can be in their PJs. You can be in your PJs. Nobody has to dress up. Nobody has to spend any money. It's free. Put them in the car. You don't have to even, you can have them with little juice boxes or hot chocolate if you want to be so brave in your car. Get some snacks, put some holiday music playing. I did this one last year. Somebody maybe can help me. I did this one last year in Bluewood. I found everything, including a dragon and a Zamboni. I did. There was somebody had a little blow up Zamboni in their yard. It was so cute. And a unicorn and a Yoda. I did not find a snow globe. Now, I haven't checked this year yet. I did not find a snow globe. If you find one, you can email me. Tell me what street it's on. I did not find a train either. So I'm giving you a challenge. All right. My Bluewood peeps out there. Snow globe and a train. I know I've seen them before. I just haven't found one in any of the neighborhoods. All right. All the others, I think, were in our neighborhood last year, at least. So a nice little challenge. If you do one, even if it's a different one with your children, can you please send it to me and share it with me and let me know how things went? All right. Even if it went more like Christmas Vacation, I want to know that too. I want to know it all. Yeah, not just the hot chocolate moments. All right. So, and then what's the beauty of this? When you get home, they're already in their PJs. If you were fortunate, they might have fallen asleep in the car at the very end, and then you can just put them right to bed and you can have some quiet time. All right. So what else can we do for our kids at this time? All right. Well, the biggest thing I want to offer you is do not expect Martha Stewart moments of perfection. If you absolutely have to have the lights and bulbs just so on your tree, well, then go ahead and decorate your tree and then have little ones for your kids to decorate, because they want to put everything, they want to put the, rainbow colored little reindeer they colored at school, and the little puppet they made, and the little marshmallow creature they made, and all the little ornaments they make. They want that on the tree. And so let them, my son did this last year, and he had a tree that was quite distinct. There was at the top was mom and dad's decorations. At the bottom, where they could reach, were their decorations, and they were all kind of jumbled up in one place. Hey, they loved it. It was their tree. So let them decorate those cookies too. See that on television, and those cookies are perfect. They're not going to be perfect. They're going to be smeared and runny. All right. And maybe a bite or nibble taken out the corner. All right. Let them make cards and let them draw pictures and let them. Okay. I love glitter. Anybody with me? Anybody with me? I know some parents refuse to allow it in their house. They refuse to allow it. Yes, it gets everywhere. I'm okay with it. If you're okay with it. Miss Harris, she raised her hand. Is she asking about glitter? Is she asking about, you love glitter too? Is that it? Okay. Yay. I've got someone else I've got a glitter fan out there. I just love putting glitter on stuff. It makes everything look better, doesn't it? All right. And good things to do with all of that, when you run out of wall space in your own home or refrigerator space, is seek out some of our senior citizen centers, our senior living centers, especially our memory care centers. All right, they may not remember what Christmas is, but they love the glitter and sparkly things that your children make. All right, because as you start to lose your memory, you go back to those times, and those are the times you do remember. And I'm speaking of experience from my own mother. And so they do like seeing those little sparkly things, and just drop them off there and they'll be happy to put them in their rooms. Sometimes they put them on their doors. All right. So there we go. We're joy for ourselves, joy for others. Let your children have that experience. All right. Let them pick out food snacks when they go to the grocery store that you're not going to bring home, but you're going to drop off at a food bank. All right, there are plenty of drop-off locations. All right, as they go to peruse the toy aisle, all right, let them pick out a toy, not to bring home, but to drop off at a toy box. All right. And then, of course, you can do just some fun family things like a picnic, a winter picnic. Nobody ever thinks of going on picnics in the wintertime, but it's a whole different scene out there. You can go in a field or you can go in your backyard. Or if it's really cold, it can be on your living room floor in front of the fireplace. All right, play with them and have fun with them. It's all joyous for them. They wake up every morning thinking Santa is coming tomorrow. You know, they certainly know how to enjoy every moment. So please take a cue from your children during this time. So practicing generosity and gratitude is I've mentioned this when I talked about this in November. It's a research-based, proven way to improve your overall health and physical health and mental well-being. Generous, grateful people are happier and feel better. All right, they feel better because when you're expressing gratitude toward others, it somehow boosts your spirits. All right, you don't have time to be grouchy. All right, so no Grinches here. Plan a quick trip to the food bank. Hey, when you pick up the cookies for your child's holiday party, get an extra dozen and drop it off for our first responders. All right, or maybe some of those out of the way places in the smaller towns where they don't always get those donations. Did your neighbor just have a baby? Drop some things off for her. All right, so she doesn't have to feel pressure to go make cookies for her own family or to get in the car with a new baby and go run errands. Offer to, tell her if she orders her groceries, you'll pick them up for her. All right. So some other helpful links that you might want to look at later are these two. I really like them, especially one that says 6 simple practices. I like when it's less than 10. I like those less than 10 lists. All right. Now we get to my favorite part of today. It's book recommendations. All right. First of all, I just want to tell you, parents, the parent library has tons of books on the bookshelf for you to check out, not just for you to read as a parent, but also read alouds in the evenings for your children. I suggest tons of books. I have tons of books personally, children's books, and Amazon is not giving me a cut. I love suggesting these for read alouds. This one, Llama Llama Holiday Drama, there are 3 copies on the parent library shelf, 3 copies right now that you can check out to have for the holiday season to read in the evenings. This is a real cute one, and kids love Llama Llama. All right. We also have Bear Stays Up. I just read this to the kindergarten classes. It's an adorable little story. All bear stories are. And this is the second one in the series, Bear Stays Up for Christmas. Cute little book. Can offer all kinds of questions to follow up, like on hibernation and what animals hibernate in the wintertime. There are 3 copies of this on the parent shelf. And this one's adorable. I love this one. The Little Blue Chucks Christmas. I think I'm going to share this with pre-K. If you're careful on which one you order, let's see if this is, you cannot see it. It's not activated yet, but the last page, here we go. Let me pull it. Let's see. It lights up. There's a little tab to pull. I don't want to pull it too soon. And I'll do it. Will it show?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
The Christmas tree did.
Let me open it again.
There it
All
is.
right, there we go. Isn't
Oh,
it cute?
Yes.
This is actually, you can check this out on the parent shelf, but if your budget allows it, this is a good little gift book. Someone that maybe has a a birthday in
about that.
December. Yeah, this is a good book on giving. The little Chuck is so generous. And then this one just came in. This one just came out. Guess who's back?
Oh,
They love Grumpy
Grumpy Monkey. And there are 3 copies of this on the Parrot Bookshelf, just waiting for someone to check out for a read aloud. All right, so there's Grumpy Monkey. Pig the Elf. Someone gifted me that from the book fair. Oh, that just came out, and that is awesome. Do you have any kids in your household that have the gimmies right now? In other words, it's all about gimme, 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 and their little list is just growing, growing, growing. So that's what happened to Pig the Elf, and we all know how these end. All right, but we love Pig the Elf. He learns hard lessons, literally. And then, and there are copies of that on the bookshelf as well. And then Joy is a new one. It's not a Christmas book, but I had a teacher that found this on YouTube. So you can go look it up on YouTube. It's a lovely book about a little girl that tries to capture joy in a box to share with her grandmother because she just does not have any joy.
Oh.
It's adorable. I had tears in my eyes when they finished. It was the cutest book. Of course, I had to order one for myself. All right. And I'm giving one away. They will be in Friday. I'm giving one away. So be sure you want to get in the drawing for the door prize if you'd like to have a chance for a copy of this lovely, sweet book. It wasn't very expensive either. This is just a paperback copy that's available. All right. And then I won't see you guys in January. We will not meet again until February. In January, we talk about honesty. And the book I share with kids is The Boy Who Cried Bigfoot. As you might guess, it's a take on The Boy Who Cried Wolf. So real cute book. I Love You Near and Far. So we talked earlier about missing someone. Maybe it's not because someone has passed away, but someone has moved away for the holiday pretty far, like grandma, grandpa, aunts, or uncles. And you won't be traveling this holiday and get to see them. This is a cute book. It's also if you have anyone in your family that has been deployed recently and they won't be sharing the holidays with you. This is a cute one. And then finally, Snowy Day, because you won't see me in January, but you might see a little snow. That's usually when we start to get into January and February. So this is a good Snowy Day book to read to your child when you're stuck inside. All right. So the next time we meet will be February 2nd at 9 p.m. And we will be talking about kindness because February is all about being kind. We talk about random acts of kindness and we do random acts of kindness. And kindness is our little activities that we do for Mindful Monday all have to do with kindness. All right, now, really important here because you will not see me in January, but you will see lots of reminders and announcements about this. In kindergarten, we're a little different from the other schools. They test for their GT program. They screen for it actually in the month of September, October, the fall. We don't do that until the spring, and we start sending out the sign-up form to sign up for the screening in January. That's when you will see it. All right. Why do we wait so late? Well, we've got to give our little ones a chance to get some school under their belt, some learning procedures and things, and following instructions and listening to directions. All right. That's, this year it will be online. All right. They will be doing the screening online for the first time. And you will see a notice in Ms. Alvarez's SMORE that will give you a link to sign up for the screening. All right. To get your child screened for the GT program. Be sure that you do this before the last day of January because then the window closes and that is it. All right, then you'll be notified. I will do all that screening in February and it takes me a while. Why? Because I have to do it one-on-one. All right, with our little ones to make sure they understand what they're doing. They're not real test savvy right now. They're just not. And that's expected at their age. So please don't be disappointed. Very few kids get accepted in the program at this age level. Does that mean they're not gifted and talented? Not necessarily. It could be that they were just real impulsive and they picked the first answer they saw because they didn't stop and look at all their choices, or they were a little nervous, or they were a little, kind of bored with it. You know, some kids, they're not into testing just yet. So it's not the end of the world, and it's not closing a door, I guess is what I'm saying, if they don't qualify this year. They have to wait a whole year though, and that's not a school year. That's confusing sometimes. I know it even confused me at one point. It's not a school year, but a calendar year. So they're being tested in the spring, so they cannot be tested again next fall if they were just tested. All right, that's something new. So they will be tested all through the month of February. Sometimes, hopefully, fingers crossed, if everything goes on good with the online testing, I will notify you right before spring break. So it takes a while for us to get all of these done. Be on the lookout for that link though, because you must sign up on that link. All right. So Watchdog Dads, I don't want to forget you. I even included some pictures. Look at these dads having fun. All right. I always say, if you are going to be a Watchdog volunteer, we will put you to work. So here's the proof here. All right. We take pictures. You're a rock star. The kids love you, and the teachers put you to work. All right. So if that's if that's okay with you, we need some volunteers for the spring semester. All right. The slots are filling up. We don't do this every day of the week. We only do it on Mondays and Fridays. I believe we start back like on the 13th. January the 13th will be the first slot that you can pick to be a Watchdogs volunteer for a spring semester. We're finished with our Watchdog volunteers for the fall semester. If you are a Watchdogs volunteer this fall and you're watching this morning, thank you so much. We appreciate it. It takes a brave person to volunteer to help little ones for their whole day. You have to take a day off work. All right. So spread the word about our wonderful support group we're doing this year. If I have any grandparents or second generation parents out there, in other words, you're raising maybe nieces, nephews, cousins, younger siblings, a second generation, and all my grandparents raising a second generation. You're in a unique situation, right? And you want to network with people that are in the same situation. And that's what we do at these support group meetings. All right. We have fun and always have snacks, you know, usually brownies. There you go. That's a reason to go, right? All right. So mark this on your phone right now, January 18th. It's on our campus at 6 p.m. Or you can just scan that QR code and get your name on the list now for January 18th. Don't delay. I mean, go ahead and do it now so you won't forget, and you'll get that reminder right before that date. All right, here's what's coming up. Ms. Alvarez filled you in on the big things we have left in the month of December. And then this is what's happening in January. We have a food drive for our wonderful First United Methodist Church that takes care of all of our children on weekends. All right, we have a food drive to help them restock after the holidays. So if you see some great deals on snacks and things, some of the things they collect, I believe, are like canned meats, macaroni and cheese, peanut butter crackers, those little crackers, goldfish, things like that. You see a great deal on that. Go ahead and stock up now. That the kids will be bringing that the last week of January, and then they have like a little contest to see who can bring the most items during that week. So possible reasons why you might call me. Please don't hesitate to pick up the phone and call me if any one of these situations speaks to you. All right. I certainly am no judge. I've been there. I've been a parent. Now I'm a grandparent, 4 grandchildren. All right. I know, we have some life-changing events that happen in our lives, and we sometimes need some help. We don't know where to turn, especially if you're new to our community. All right. Or, maybe it's not a problem, but I need to know what to know. Like if you're coming from another country and you're not sure on the protocols about some of the celebrations and events that we have here. For example, what is Spirit Day? All right, that's a question I get a lot. So don't hesitate to pick up the phone and give me a call or to email me. Email me is really the best way. So I love it when you present your best moments, when you share photos, ideas. If you find a better or a new Christmas book that's hilarious or has a good message, share that with me. Latest literature connections that have to do with our social emotional learning. All right. Our children are important and they grow up fast, right? Enjoy each and every moment. Thank you so much for joining us today, parents. Ms. Alvarez, do we have any urgent questions in our chat box?
No, but I just want to remind you to make sure that you drop your email or your child's name here in the chat box. So for the drawing, for the book.
Okay, Arrington, anything? Anything pressing? All right, well, because I won't see you in this format until January, have a very, very happy holiday season, a restful time with your family, and we will see you in January. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you for joining in.